Breaking news just moments ago, NBC News learned former President Donald Trump's attorneys have been told by special counsel Jack Smith's office to expect an indictment against the former president. Back with us, NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Delaney. Ken, what's your latest hearing? What are you latest hearing on this?
Jose, it's really starting to look like today is going to be a very important day. Obviously, we can't say anything with certainty. As we learned yesterday in the Hunter Biden situation, the best laid plans of federal prosecutors can blow up in their face depending on how things transpire. And this is a secret process. But what we do know is that Trump attorneys Todd Blanche and John Lauro did, in fact, go to the special counsel's office, which is away from the Justice Department where I am, and meet with Jack Smith and his team today. And they were told to expect an indictment of their client, former President Donald Trump. And we know that the grand jury is meeting today. Grand jurors were spotted quite early, actually, this morning at the courthouse in Washington, D.C. And so it's very possible, and many people are expecting that they would vote to indict today, and then we may see that indictment today. And what I find interesting about this whole process is that it appears that the special counsel is operating differently than the way they did with the Mar-a-Lago indictment, where they clearly informed the Trump team that it was happening, and Trump made it public on Truth Social. In fact, after the indictment was handed up, Trump was the one that announced it to the world. It seems like the special counsel doesn't want that to happen this time, but we'll have to wait and see, Jose.
So how would an indictment be announced? Do we know?
Well, there are a lot of ways it can happen. Now, every day at the Justice Department, news releases are issued announcing indictments, and they generally they land in my inbox, and there's a summary of the case, and then there's a copy of the indictment that's posted for everyone to see, because that indictment was just unsealed. So what would happen, though, technically, is the grand jury would vote, and then that indictment would have to be handed up, is the term of art, handed up. And that has to happen in open court. It generally happens before a federal magistrate. So a member of the special counsel's team would walk over into the courtroom and hand up an indictment. Now, in D.C., I'm told the practice is to announce the initials. They'll say, "Do you have an indictment?" And the grand juror, usually it's the foreperson, the grand jury would say, "Yes, we have one against DT," for example. It's not clear that they'll do that in this case. Whether that's a custom, not a rule. And it's very possible that they would find a way to do this in a courtroom that reporters wouldn't discover. But of course, we're watching for that. And then at that point, there would either have been a request by the prosecutors to seal the indictment, in which case it would be sealed, or not. It's very possible that that indictment could be unsealed, in which case it would quickly become a public record as soon as the D.C. clerk makes it public and posts it to the electronic federal court website known as PACER, and also puts it in the clerk's office for anyone to see. So that could happen, or it could be sealed for some period of time. If it's sealed, then it has to be unsealed by order of a judge. So we'll have to wait and see, Jose.
Ken Delaney, thank you for that explanation. And that's certainly the legal aspect of this.